Alright everybody, what is going on? Nathan here, and I am bringing you a video on the top 5 exercises for overall muscle development and mass, and just to gain muscle in general. They're going to be compound lifts, so you're going to be packing on as much muscle in as much muscle areas as possible. The first exercise that we are going to be going over is the bench press. So the bench press is good for overall chest development, it works your whole chest, your up, your mid, and your lower. Especially your lower, it is going to give you that rounded, squared off look, that shelf look. It's going to make your chest come out and then round back up. So that's the kind of muscle that it builds. It is the main lift for your chest, because really it works your front delts, your chest of course, and it also works your triceps. So it's a compound lift, and it works your overall pushing strength, and it's pretty much the best for development in overall chest strength, which is pretty obvious. But it's also good for shoulder strength, because it's also going to work your front deltoids like a motherfucker. It's also good for packing on size onto your triceps, because when you get heavy enough and if you grab close together on the bar, you're going to be using less chest and more triceps. So that's really good for putting on a bit of meat onto your triceps. It's good for stabilization in your elbows and shoulders, because when you first do bench, you're going to be there and you're going to be fucking all over the place, and it's going to be fucked. And I remember when it was like that for me. But now that the stabilizer muscles have been worked, now it is just one fluid bar path the whole time. It's not all around and you're all up and down and all over the place. It is one of the easiest lifts to perform. You just need a bench and a bar, or a bench and some dumbbells. It's just that easy, and you just push. It's not hard. Going on to number 2, which is going to be the king of all lifts. And if you haven't guessed it already, it's the deadlift. Now, the deadlift is, in my opinion, the best exercise that you can do for your whole body. It literally works every single muscle in the body. It works your hamstrings, your glutes, your lower back, your core, your lats, your traps, your shoulders, your forearms, your grip strength, and a lot more that I probably haven't labeled, but it works a whole lot, because you're getting the weight and you're using your whole posterior chain, which is your glutes, hamstring, lower back, and you're using it to get up. And then when you get up, you're holding it with your grip strength and your forearms, but you're also holding it and with your traps and your shoulders. So it's and core as well, because you're tensing and getting up and you're pushing out really hard on your core, and that's a core exercise. It is tensing up the core and using the core muscles to keep your back from snapping in two. It is the best for overall strength measurement, because it's the heaviest lift. And going off how much you can deadlift is really how much you've progressed. Now, if the deadlift is the king of all exercises, then the squat would have to be the queen. It works all of your legs. Calves for stabilization, because you've got to be stable when you squat. You can't be squatting down and going all over the place. Your hamstrings, glutes, and quads, because you're going down, using your quads, get to here, and it depends how far you go down, but the further you go down, the more hamstrings and glutes you're going to be using. So that's dependent on how far you go down. It is the best strength and mass gaining exercise for legs, because you're working your whole leg, so it's going to pack on the muscle, it's going to pack on your strength. So to really measure your leg muscle strength is squats, because it's a whole leg exercise. The squats are good for mobility as well, because you don't have good mobility if you can't squat. It also depends on how deep you go. If you can only squat to here, that's not very good mobility. But if you can squat ass to grass, your ankle mobility, your knee mobility, and your hip mobility is phenomenal. Like, it is through the roof. It's better than mine. I have shit mobility. Now, number 4, pull-ups. So, it works biceps, lats, lower traps, pretty much your whole back. Like, you're pulling using your biceps, but mainly your back, hopefully. It works your overall pull strength. So, you know, when you're rowing, doing all the rest of those pull exercises, it is working on your overall back and strength. The pull-up can literally be done anywhere. You can do it at the park on a kid's monkey bar set. You can do it at home off of, say if you've got like a veranda with like a, I don't know, a little pole or something. You can do it there. You can buy things on eBay that go in your door, that you hang off your door, that you see all those people doing fucking pull-ups on and breaking off and eating shit on. You can buy them. It is a bodyweight exercise, but you can make it lighter by, see what I've done with mine. I put a band there so that it helps me get a few more reps in. Or, if you're strong enough, you can put a belt on and chain some weight to that belt and do pull-ups then. But you're a fucking mad motherfucker if you do that. Number 5, the shoulder press. Overall shoulder development. It hits every single head in your shoulder. The front, the mid, and the rear. You're pushing up like this, it's gonna hit everything. And it's also really good for stabilization because you can't be there oogie booger going like that with a shoulder press, because you're gonna fuck your shoulders. You need to have good stabilization, and that's what's gonna build up your stabilizers in your shoulders and in your elbows. Shoulder press is the most important exercise for not only shoulder mobility, but also elbow mobility, and also it helps with your triceps as well, because when you're getting to the top, you're using your triceps. All these exercises that I have told you are compound lifts. They work more than one muscle group at a time. They work many. That's why they're called compound lifts. They're going to pack the muscle on and pack the strength on. They have to be done. They are not, oh, I might do it this week. No, they have to be done. You can't just isolate a muscle all week, every week, because you're not going to make any sort of gains, because you're only working that one specific muscle. Right, and I thought I'd just throw an extra one in there for you because I'm feeling a little bit generous today. So, rows, barbell rows, dumbbell rows, whatever you want to do. It's up to you, but just rows of any kind. So they work your overall, like pull-ups work your upper back, but rows work your lower lats, lower back, and rear delts. It works your whole back, but I guess pull-ups do that too, but they work it in different ways, whereas this is more of a stretching, this is more of a pull and more of a contraction exercise. It helps other pulling lifts, just like the pull-ups do, but except this one's more for strength rather than, because the pull-ups are made for more stretching. You get what I'm saying? Barbell, strength, stretching, pull-ups. They help your grip strength a lot because you're going to be holding a fair bit of weight when you're using the barbell, and grip strength is always a really good thing. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, check out my Instagram, and I'll see you on the next one.